What is going on, Crimson City? My name is Crimson CBAD, and I am bringing you guys our Week 9 Team Builder in WBE World Battle Entertainment. There's just a few weeks left. Hopefully going to win out the rest of the season, boost our differential up a little bit. We do have a very, very tough opponent today. We had a great match last week against Galactic Elliott in the Chicago Cup Choose. If you guys missed that, of course, feel free to check that out. We are going up against this week against Coach Wolfe Glick and the Slateport Spirits. If you guys are excited, be sure to leave a like on this video. You guys' support is always greatly appreciated. Of course, feel free to subscribe so you do not miss out on more Pokemon content. And don't forget, guys, make sure you guys go show Wolf some love. In the description of this video will be the link to his channel. Of course, go check him out. A phenomenal battler. If you guys don't know Wolfe Glick, 2016 Pokemon World Champion, a top-tier VGC player, making his debut in the singles run. I'm really looking forward to this matchup. I've loved his VGC battling for such a long time now. I'm really looking forward to this. So hopefully we come out on top with a W. We're going to break down his team really quickly and then talk about what we're bringing and why we're bringing it. So Wolf actually joined in late. He did inherit a team from another... Ooh, I just bumped my whole desk. Excuse the hell out of me. He did pick up a team from another coach who dropped out halfway through the draft, so it's not his draft, but it's still a very formidable draft. Let's talk about it really quickly here. He has Landorus Therian, ground flying type with the Intimidate ability, base 91 speed, can be very defensive, can be very fast, and offensive, can be run with Scarf. He does have the Flyinium Z, so he could run like a Flyinium Z fly set for some of our offensive threats just to kind of outspeed and outpace those with a very, very strong stab move. Can be a rocker, can be run kind of specially in the Sun and Moon singles meta right now. You do typically see a Landorus Therian rocking HP Ice for opposing Landorus Therians and Garchomps. So it's not out of the ordinary to see something like that potentially run a Secret Tech Hidden Power on there. I don't think it's too far out of the ordinary for him to do that. He does have Ferrothorn. One thing to note about Landorus and the first couple things on his draft is that he does have 3 Mons that have 4 times weaknesses. So Landorus Therian, 4 times weak to Ice. Next up here we have Ferrothorn, Grass and Steel type with the Iron Barbs ability. Can also be Anticipation, typically seen with Iron Barbs. Grass and Steel, weak to Fighting, and has that 4 times weak to Fire. Very slow Mon, has access to Spikes, has access to Rocks, can Leech Seed, can Thunder Wave, all that good stuff. Very defensive Mon, especially as you guys will see. You guys can see the team above me, but he does have a bit of a rain team, if you will. So Ferrothorn drafted on a rain team is incredibly formidable. Very hard to take down if the rain is not up. To drop that rain, he does have the Pelipper. Pelipper did get the boost in Gen 7, or get the not the nerf, the buff, excuse me, of the Drizzle ability, being able to set the rain. It is his only defogger, which is something to note. Also has the Keen Eye and the Rain Dish abilities. Not too fast. It can be run more of a defensive, maybe with a Conset. It can be a Damp Rock Mon. It can be a fast U-turner. He can run it with a Scarf because it does get Hurricane and Scarf Hurricane, you know, Specs Hurricane potentially. We don't have too fast of a team overall outside of 3 Pokemon, so it is something that he could bring. But like I said, that's his rain setter. He does have Tornadus Therian, a super fast Mon with base 121 speed. Again, the Stab Hurricanes, it has the Regenerator ability, which upon switching out does return 33% of the Pokemon's health to it. Has a variety of coverage moves, has access to things like Heat Wave, Knockoff, Superpower, U-Turn, Air Slash, Hurricane. Can be very formidable. It can also have access to Bulk Up. It can be a physical acrobatic set as well. The Gengar did get nerfed in Gen 7 with the Cursed Body ability. It no longer has Levitate, but still a fast Mon at 110 base speed. Ghost Poison type. Has good coverage moves, a little bit of some niche moves too. You can run like a sub-disable set. He can run Will-O-Wisp on it. He can Destiny Bond. All that good stuff. It does absorb any toxic spikes that we do decide to bring, if we do bring those. He has the Mega Swampert with the Swift Swim ability, bringing it to a whopping speed of 268 overall in the rain. That thing hits very hard. We are familiar with that from the P4G drafting the Pelipper Mega Swampert Rain Core. Can be run defensively, can be run specially, offensively, and physically offensively. He has Ditto, an imposter Pokemon that you can toss a Choice Scarf on there, and any sort of stat boost we have, all of a sudden he copies all those stat boosts, and he's just as fast as us, so that's something to keep an eye out for. Kingdra with the Swift Swim ability, very fast Pokemon, Water and Dragon. Can be a setup Mon with things like Agility, with things like Dragon Dance, Life Orb, Wide Lens, I believe it's Wide Lens, Crit, or Focus Lens, something like that, I don't know. Focus Energy, Sniper, all that good stuff can be very, very scary. Ludicolo, I'm not too familiar with, but is another Swift Swim Sweeper, has a variety of coverage moves to be able to wreak havoc on our team. Guzzlord, I don't necessarily see bringing. Dark Dragon Ultra Beast with the Beast Boost ability. Very slow, more specially bulky, but can't really take a physical hit too much, so I'm not too worried about that. One thing I do see coming is the Sliggoo on his team. Recently picked up is the Sliggoo. with the hydration ability, pairing him with that rain could easily do like a rest talk set or something like that to keep it around. Sap Sipper as well, just to absorb grass moves that do threaten things like the Mega Swampert. So Rockers on his team, he does have the Landorus Therian, he has the Ferrothorn, and the Mega Swampert. Spike Setter, he has the Ferrothorn. I do not believe Gengar gets Toxic Spikes, and then like I said, the only form of hazard removal he has on his team is the Pelipper, so I want to abuse the hell out of that. And right out the gate, abusing the hell out of the rain and the fact that his only hazard removal is Pelipper, we have Ginger, the Expert Belt Raichu, the Static ability, Volt Switch, Thunder, Grass Knot, and Focus Blast. So max special attack, 4 in special defense, and 252 in speed with a timid nature. We are speed tying with Gengar. The only thing outspeeding us on his team is the Tornadus Therian, and then the Kingdra, Ludicolo, and Mega Swampert in the rain. If they're not in the rain, they do not outspeed us, so we are able to get a huge hit off. Volt Switch for the momentum. It does do super effective damage against the Pelipper. The Tornadus, neutral damage to Kingdra, super effective on the Ludicolo. Thunder to abuse that rain just to be able to give us that awesome, hard-hitting stab boost, especially with the Expert Belt on super effective mons. Grass Knot will do neutral damage to the Landorus, the Pelipper, super effective damage on Mega Swampert, neutral on the Kingdra and the Ludicolo as well. Focus Blast is there to hit things like Ferrothorn, things like Guzzlord, just to have that extra move. I didn't want to run Surf this week. We're running Static, so we do have the potential to bring the Event Raichu that does have access to Surf, but even with like an Expert Belt, like a Choice Spec Surf would be able to kill it in the rain. Depending on investment, I didn't want to run that, so I figured we would have a switch into that as opposed to having the coverage for it. And plus, if he runs Scarflando, that's a very easy Earthquake, and all of a sudden Ginger's out of the game. So nothing too crazy about this. I think it hits a lot of good things. I think it gives us a little bit of momentum into some of our walls, into some of our other hard hitters this week. Next up here, we do have Panzera on the Skarmory. Leftovers, the Sturdy ability, Taunt, Roost, Stealth Rock, and Brave Bird. 100 HP, max defense, 156 in speed with a Impish nature. Taunt, Roost, Stealth Rock, and Brave Bird. So there's a lot of speed in this, and I want to talk about it. So bringing up the fact that Pelipper is his only form of hazard removal, I don't think he would bring it in a choice set. I think he would want to bring it as a bit more of a defensive set, perhaps with the Damp Rock to make sure he has the most turns of rain. So with this does wall the Landorus Therian, provided he doesn't have the secret tech, HP Electric or HP Fire, probably the HP Electric with the rain. In fact, HP Electric with the rain. But this thing does wall Landorus. We underspeed a uninvested Landorus by 1 point, so even if he brings a bulky Landorus, we can roost off after he goes for Earthquake or U-turn or anything. I want to make sure I roost after him so that way he does not hit us with a super effective Earthquake. Taunt is there for the Pelipper if he's not choice locked. He does need to put quite a bit in speed in order to outspeed our Skarmory, so I want to be able to taunt so that way he cannot go for things like Defog to remove the rocks. Stealth Rocks are there. They pressure things like Pelipper. They pressure things like Tornadus. They break potential sashes on things like Gengar, on things like Kingdra, Ludicolo. They do chip damage to things like Guzzlord and Sliggoo as well. Brave Bird is there for the damage. Brave Bird only hits super effectively the Ludicolo this week. It does take a little bit of a hit from a few of these, but especially in the rain, with these boosts only having base 70 special defense, some of these rain boosted moves will hurt, but we are able to potentially revenge kill some of them with that Stab Brave Bird with a base 80 attack. So I really like Skarmory this week. I really like it as a physical check to Landorus. I really like it as a potential physical check to Mega Swampert, provided he doesn't start going for power-up punches and start setting up all over us. Next up here, we are bringing Shinigami with the leftovers, Synchronized ability, Foul Play, Wish, Protect, and Toxic. 244 in HP to give us that auto mounts, 12 in defense, 252 max special defense with a careful nature. This is to make sure Kingdra does not get out of hand. Kingdra, with a special Kingdra, can definitely take advantage of our team this week. A physical Kingdra, we still have Panzera on there to kind of deal with it, but a special one, especially things like Guzzlord as well, in case they start dropping Dracos. Sliggoo as well, if Sliggoo decides to start going for Toxics and stuff, we can do that. Umbreon can also take a hit or two from Swampert, depending on if the rain is up or if he sets up. We can go for a foul play and deal a tremendous amount of damage. Same thing with like Landorus, same thing with Tornadus. Knocks out Gengar if I'm not mistaken. The Protect is there just kind of scout for moves, kind of get a little bit of leftovers, also to burn turns of rain as well. Toxic's there to wear down things like the Mega Swampert, like the Kingdra, like the Guzzlord, like the Sliggoo, just big bulky mons that do appreciate being toxic. Also Wish passing into some of our other mons like the Raichu that can deal out hits, like the Skarmory in case we aren't able to get a roost off when we need to. And of course we are able to pass a Wish into Pennywise, the Conkeldurr, rocking the Flame Orb this week with the Guts ability, Drain Punch, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, and Substitute. 164 HP, 252 attack, and 92 in speed with an Adamant nature. So at 77 speed, you guys see the Scolipede on the screen. At 77 speed, if we can get this to +3, I believe... Let me pull up a calc here really, really quickly. Oh, no, that's a big calculator. That's a big calculator. So at this speed, we are outspeeding everything without rain. If we can pass 3 speed boosts to Conkelder, we outspeed everything in the rain, and nothing with this coverage, nothing wants it. Landorus doesn't want an Ice Punch. Ferrothorn doesn't want a Drain Punch. Pelipper doesn't want a Thunder Punch. Tornadus doesn't want a Thunder Punch. Gengar doesn't want an Ice Punch. Mega Swampert, depending on how bulky it is, can take a Drain Punch, but we'll see how it works. Ditto, we can 1v1 that thing as well, because if he boosts into this thing, we just go into our Skarmory, things like that. I guess to choice lock himself in. Kingdra doesn't want a Drain Punch. Ludicolo doesn't want a Thunder Punch or a Drain Punch either. Guzzlord doesn't want a Drain Punch. Sliggoo doesn't want an Ice Punch. So, substitute in case he feels comfortable switching into Mons. Like if he wants to go into Ditto on our Conkelder, just to kind of scout for our set, we are able to get behind our substitute and be able to fire off a huge hit. We did have bulk up here originally just to set up on things, but I do like the substitute in case we are not able to get that speed boost. We do guarantee 1 hit. Something will have to break our substitute, and then we will be able to go for a super effective move. 9 times out of 10 with Hazard stacked up, we do pretty much one-shot a lot of his team with this. So I'm really looking forward to what Pennywise can bring to the table this week. We are bringing Mercury, the Assault Vest Primarina with the Torn ability, Moonblast, HP Fire, Energy Ball, and Sparkling Aria. Max HP, 220 special defense, and 30 actually, I want to check right here. Nah, just the HP fighting. Okay. So I was considering tossing out a fighting move right there with the rain. But just in case the rain is not there, Moonblast hits a lot of things. Moonblast hits the Sliggoo for super effective damage, the Guzzlord for quad effective damage, Kingdra for super effective damage as well. Kingdra really can't do too much to us this week with this Primarina. It does a lot of damage. He doesn't have much resistances outside of the Ferrothorn, which we have the HP Fire for, and we also have switches into the Ferrothorn as well. We have Energy Ball there to take care of the Mega Swampert. We have the Sparkling Aria, just does really good damage with the rain this week. Again, goes through subs. I'm really not too worried about tossing out Burns with Scald this week. I'd rather Toxic his more bulky mon, so that way he is forced to switch around a lot. Sparkling Aria was, I feel, the better move, and I do like it just because it's a sound-based move. It goes through the substitutes. It will get boosted by the rain as well. We have Stab and potential the Torrent boost as well. So with this spread, we can take quite a few hits from a Mega Swampert in the rain. We can fire back an Energy Ball, knock it out. Unboosted Gengar, we can tank 1 or 2 Sludge Waves from full. If he goes for like Nasty Plot or if he has a Life Orb set, we got to be careful about that, but Rain Boosted Sparkling Aria should be able to take care of that as well, especially if we're able to get Rocks or Spikes up to break the Sash. And then last but not least, we are bringing Kachow, the Scolipede, with the Focus Sash Speed Boost, Spikes, Endeavor, Baton Pass, Protect, Max HP, 212 Defense, 44 in Speed with a Jolly Nature. After +1, I believe we are outspeeding his entire team. I can double check that really quickly. I believe I have that right here, actually. At +2, we actually outspeed Kingdra in the rain. So at +2, we can go for that. The plan is to lead off, go for Spikes. If he is Scarf, we do automatically see that he's a Scarf Pelipper. If we go for our Spikes, he goes for a Hurricane. Brings us down to 1. We can Baton Pass into something else. We can Protect. We can Endeavor that thing. If we don't get confused, bring it down to 1 HP. He's able to knock us out. We can go into a Revenge Killer. We can Protect a bit. Like I said, one of the plans here is to pass 3 Speed Boosts into Conkelder, so that way we are able to take out his team. And it is a really nice solid lead to get our Spikes up to make sure we can scout for that Scarf Pelipper. We can scout for a Landorus to see what it wants to go for. You know, maybe he's not thinking we stay in. We can go for Spikes. We can Protect a little bit. We can Endeavor. We can Baton Pass into Conkelder. So that is it for this team, guys. That is going to be our team going up against Wolfe Glick and the Slateport Spirits. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this team in the comment section of this video. Of course, go check out Wolfe's channel. Fantastic battler. I very look forward to this matchup. I hope you guys are excited for it, and if you are, don't forget to subscribe so you do not miss out on tomorrow's matchup. All that being said, I want to remind you guys to be great and do great. I'm gonna let this outro bang. I'm gonna talk to y'all soon. Later.